Investing can sound intimidating, especially if you're starting in your 40s or 50s, but it's one of the best ways to grow your wealth over time, and it's easier than you think. Hi, I'm James, and welcome back to Midlife Wealth Journey, where we help midlifers like you build a secure financial future. Today, we're diving into investing for beginners in midlife, a topic I was nervous about until I got started myself. I used to think investing was for financial experts, but I've learned it's something anyone can do with the right approach. In this video, I'll share how I started investing at 44, introduce you to someone who began investing at 50 and saw great results, and give you simple steps to start investing, even if you're a complete beginner. Let's get started. Why investing matters in midlife. Investing in your 40s and 50s is crucial because it's how you make your money work for you. At this stage, you're likely thinking more about retirement, and investing helps your savings grow faster than a regular savings account ever could. For example, a high-yield savings account might earn 4% interest in 2025, but a diversified stock market investment can average 8% a year over the long term. That difference adds up. $10,000 at 4% grows to $14,800 in 10 years, but at 8%, it grows to $21,600. That's the power of investing. Investing also helps you beat inflation, which erodes the value of your money over time. If inflation averages 3% a year, $100 today will only be worth $74 in 10 years in terms of purchasing power. By investing, you can grow your money faster than inflation, ensuring you'll have enough for retirement. Plus, as we discussed in our compound interest video, the earlier you start, the more your money can grow. Even if you're starting in your 50s, you still have 10 to 20 years for your investments to compound, which can make a big difference. My story. How I started investing at 44. Let me take you through my own journey of starting to invest. At 44, I had just paid off $18,500 in credit card debt and built a $9,000 emergency fund, which I shared in our recent videos. I knew I needed to start saving for retirement, but I had almost no experience with investing. I was nervous. I thought I'd lose all my money if I picked the wrong stocks or if the market crashed. But I also knew I couldn't rely on a savings account to grow my wealth. I started small by contributing to my employer's 401k plan. They matched my contributions up to 3% of my salary, so I put in $200 a month, and they added another $200. I chose a target date fund, which automatically adjusts to be less risky as I get closer to retirement. That gave me a simple way to start without having to pick individual stocks. I also opened an individual retirement account and invested $100 a month in a low-cost index fund that tracked the stock market. Index funds are great for beginners because they're diversified. You're investing in hundreds of companies at once, which reduces risk. At first, I was glued to my account balance, panicking every time the market dipped. But I learned to focus on the long term. After 2 years, my investments had grown to $20,000, even with some market ups and downs. That growth came from my $500 monthly contributions, $12,000 over 2 years, plus about $8,000 from compound interest and market gains. Now, at 46, I'm still investing $900 a month total, and I'm on track to have over $300,000 by 65. Starting to invest was scary, but it's been one of the best decisions I've made for my future. A real-life story. Rachel's investing journey at 50. Now, let me introduce you to Rachel, a 50-year-old teacher who started investing at 50 and saw great results. Rachel had spent most of her 40s raising her kids and paying off debt, so she hadn't saved much for retirement. At 50, she had just $5,000 in a retirement account, and she was worried she'd never catch up. But she decided to start investing anyway. Rachel began by contributing $300 a month to her school's retirement plan, which was similar to a 401k. She chose a low-cost index fund with an average return of 8%. She also opened an individual retirement account and added $200 a month, bringing her total to $500 a month. At first, she was nervous about market volatility, but she stuck with it, focusing on her long-term goal of retiring at 67. After 5 years, by age 55, her investments had grown to $40,000, $30,000 from her contributions, and $10,000 from market gains. Now, at 59, Rachel has $90,000 saved, and with 8 years until retirement, she's on track to have over $200,000 by 67, assuming the same return. She told me that starting to invest at 50 gave her hope. She realized it wasn't too late to build a secure future. Rachel's story shows that even if you're starting later, consistent investing can lead to impressive results. Simple steps to start investing in midlife. Let's go through some simple steps to start investing as a beginner in midlife. You don't need to be an expert. These steps will help you get started safely. Step 1. Set a clear goal. Decide what you're investing for. Maybe retirement, a dream home, or your kids' college. Your goal will help you stay motivated and determine how much you need to save. For me, it was retirement, and I aimed for $760,000, as I shared in our retirement planning video. Step 2. Build a foundation first. Before investing, make sure you have an emergency fund of at least $1,000, like we discussed last time, and that high-interest debt is under control. Investing while paying 18% credit card interest is like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it. I waited until my debt was paid off before ramping up my investments. Step 3. Start with retirement accounts. If your employer offers a 401k, contribute at least enough to get the match. It's free money. If not, open an individual retirement account. In 2025, you can contribute up to $7,000 a year to an individual retirement account, or $8,000 if you're over 50. Choose a low-cost index fund or target date fund to keep things simple. I started with my 401k and an individual retirement account, and it made investing easy. Step 4. Automate and stay consistent. Set up automatic contributions to your investment account so you're not tempted to skip months. Start with what you can afford. Even $100 a month adds up. Over 20 years, $100 a month at 8% grows to over $56,000. Increase your contributions as your income grows, like I did when I added $400 a month from my side hustle. Step 5. Focus on the long term. Don't panic when the market dips. It's normal. The stock market has historically returned about 8% a year on average, even with ups and downs. Avoid checking your balance every day, and don't pull your money out during a downturn. I learned to ignore short-term dips, and my investments have grown steadily over time. Common investing fears and how to overcome them. Investing can feel scary, especially as a beginner, so let's address some common fears. First, fear of losing money. It's true that investments can go down, but if you're diversified, like with an index fund, the risk is lower. Over the long term, the market tends to go up. I saw my investments drop 10% during a market dip, but they recovered within a year. Second, feeling like you don't know enough. You don't need to be a financial expert to start. Stick with simple options like index funds and educate yourself as you go. Read books, watch videos, or talk to a financial advisor. I started with no knowledge, but I learned by doing. Third, thinking it's too late. If you're in your 50s, you might feel behind, but you still have time. Rachel started at 50 with $5,000 and now has $90,000 at 59. Even 10 years of investing can make a big difference. $500 a month at 8% grows to over $87,000 in 10 years. Finally, fear of picking the wrong investments. Avoid complex products like individual stocks or crypto if you're a beginner. Stick with low-cost, diversified funds, and you'll reduce your risk. I've kept my investments simple, and it's worked well for me. Investing as a beginner in midlife is a powerful way to grow your wealth, and it's easier than you think. I started at 44 and now have $20,000 saved. Rachel began at 50 and has $90,000, and you can get started too. I want to hear from you. What's your first step toward investing? Maybe opening a retirement account or setting up automatic contributions. Drop a comment below, and I'll cheer you on. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. We're going to be talking about protecting your wealth with insurance in midlife, and you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.